Okay, guys, so we're here basically to discuss um, this absolutely horrible Super Bowl that was incredibly boring. Even my cat, Kitty, Kitty, hey, hey, yeah, even my cat thought it was boring. Um, I literally only watched up until halftime, and then I was last year was ungodly boring, and this year I don't see how it's any better. Um, 31-9, a snorefest. I was honestly expecting Kansas City to, show up and play. Um, I think that they need a new offensive coordinator because that just was horrendous, horrendous offense. Um, And yeah, people are like, oh well, it's because they were playing Tom Brady, blah blah blah, and the Buccaneers, and the Buccaneers have this outstanding offense and outstanding defense, and blah 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 blah. No, let's be realistic here. The reason why the Buccaneers won was number one, Kansas City is not this dominant team that you all seem to think that they are. They have weaknesses that were obviously exploited in this game. So, if I were Andy Reid in the offseason, I would have a new defensive coordinator, I would have a new offensive coordinator, and I would also consider some of the offensive options that you have on your team because you really need to upgrade. Because what you just did in this game, that's not NFL football. That's a huge embarrassment. That is like a high school team trying to play a college team, and 31-9 is not a reasonable score, and especially not in a Super Bowl. Um, and people can go on and on about, oh well, Brady's the greatest quarterback of all time. He's just that good. He can go on to any team and play on any team and win a Super Bowl. I understand that point, but at the same time, I also think that let's be realistic here. Before they got Brady to come there, they had talent that they were developing, and they got lucky when he went there. And without Brady's decisions with some of the players that they were bringing in, like Antonio Brown and some of the running backs and the wide receivers, and the fact that honestly, I would say that the defensive coordinator for the Buccaneers is probably somebody who would end up getting a head coaching job at some point in time. Um, Overall, this was an extremely boring Super Bowl. I knew it was going to. That's why I turned the game off at halftime. Because I was like, you know what? I'm watching my own stuff. I don't care at this point. It's just going to be one of those blowout games from what I was seeing. Um, yeah, I'm just hoping next year that we're actually going to get two teams that are good enough to put on a high scoring game. Um, because the last 2 years have been snore fests, honestly. as a football fan. I have not liked either one of the past two Super Bowls. They were incredibly boring. Um, Heads up, just saying, as a long-term football fan, this was an extremely boring game. Way too many field goals, way too many turnovers. Um, just overall not worth watching, in my honest opinion. I thought it was a snore fest. Um, so, yeah, Brady wins another Super Bowl, and another waste of money. I still cannot believe that that person is getting paid $85 million. Whatever, but whatever. Okay, but that's just my review of the Super Bowl this year. Boring, snooze fest, could care less. Awful defense, awful offense, not worth watching, honestly.